Since Plato, it had been the dream of wise men that one day there might be such a thing as a philosopher king. This star, born April 26, 121 AD, was named Marcus Annius Verus, and for all impossible expectations and responsibilities he would manage to prove himself worthy of all of it. The early days of the boy who would become Marcus Aurelius were defined by both loss and promise. His father Verus died when he was 3. He was raised by his grandfathers who doted on him and who clearly showed him off at court. Even at an early age, he developed a reputation for honesty. The Emperor Hadrian, sensing his potential, began to keep an eye on him. By the time Marcus was 10 or 11, he'd already taken to philosophy, dressing the part in humble, rough clothing and living with sober and restrained habits, even sleeping on the ground to toughen himself up. Marcus would write later about the character traits he tried to define himself by, which he called epithets for the self, and they were upright, modest, straightforward, sane, cooperative, disinterested. Hadrian, who never had a son and had begun to think of choosing a successor, must have sensed the commitment to those ideas in Marcus from boyhood on. He must have seen, as they hunted wild boar together, some combination of courage and calmness, compassion and firmness. He must have seen something in his soul that Marcus likely could not even see himself, because by Marcus's 17th birthday, Hadrian had begun planning something extraordinary. He was going to make Marcus Aurelius the Emperor of Rome. On February 25, 138 AD, Hadrian adopted an able and trustworthy 55-year-old administrator named Antoninus Pius on the condition that he in turn adopt Marcus Aurelius. By the time Hadrian died a few months later, destiny was set. Marcus Aurelius was groomed for a position that only 15 people had ever held in Rome. He was to be made Caesar. Unlike most princes, Marcus did not yearn for power. We are told that when he learned he had been officially adopted by Hadrian, he was greatly saddened rather than overjoyed. Perhaps that's because he would have rather been a writer or a philosopher. Reservations are not the same as cowardice, however. The most confident leaders, the best ones, are often worried that they won't do a good enough job. They go in knowing it will not be easy, but they do proceed. And Marcus, around this time, would dream a dream that he had shoulders made of ivory. To him, it was a sign he could do this. It wasn't just the headwind of power that Marcus faced in life. From his letters, we know he had recurring painful health problems. He became a father at age 26, a transformative and trying experience for any man. In Marcus's case, though, fate was almost unbelievably cruel. He and his wife Faustina would have 13 children. Only 5 would survive into adulthood. His reign from 161 to 180 was marked by the Antonine Plague, a global pandemic that originated in the Far East, spread mercilessly across borders, and claimed the lives of at least 5 million people over 15 years.